noticed that we have signs up for the block areas. We'd like you to gather with your neighbors. We'd like to have this a neighborly event, if anything. We're gathering here today because we're fed up. We're sick of all this crime. We're sick of the blight. And we're ready to do something as a community together. A lot of people have been talking recently about how things have been allowed to deteriorate here on Chicago Avenue. It's obviously been something that's been happening over some time, but I know those of us on the 3400 Block Club of Chicago, Columbus, and Park have noticed an increase in really hostile crimes towards people lately. And it's that hostility that we're really worried about. But we know that crime is only a symptom of the problem, and we're taking this march today not only to talk about the specific crimes on Chicago and the surrounding blocks, but about what's happened to the property, what's happened to the avenue that at one time was a major thoroughfare, a major commerce section, the major streetcar line in the city. And we all know that the housing stock is good. We all have been fixing up our homes, taking care of our property, and I think we all want to stay here, and we all want to make it a better community. So this is a beginning. It's the beginning of getting out and talking to each other, to being clear about what we need to do as a community together. That's why we're marching down Chicago Avenue. As we walk down the avenue, we'd like you to take time. Go talk to people who might be reluctant to join in. Tell them why we're out here. Tell them what it's important to do. Remind them to call 911 if they see anything that's suspicious. Remind them to be on the lookout to watch over their neighbors. And remind them that it's important for them as neighbors to put pressure on people who aren't keeping up their property. On each block as we walk down, we're going to take a few minutes, and what we'd like somebody from that block area to kind of talk with us about what they see as the particular problems on their block. Before we begin, we've got the privilege to hear from a couple of people who are in decision-making roles here in the city, and specifically in our area, and we'd like them to say a few words. First, I'm going to call on Mayor Don Fraser.
Thanks for coming, Don.
Yeah, thank you very much for what you're doing today. What we've learned, I guess, about our city is that we'll be just as safe and secure as the people in the neighborhoods have decided they want to be. And the only way we can really do an effective job in dealing with the problems of drug and crack dealers is to mobilize the community. We have a good police department, and they're ready to help, and they'll do what they can, but they'll do it better when they're working with a united community. So I congratulate all of you for coming out today, and I think given the weather, a sense of humor does help. So congratulations for organizing this effort, and I'll be with you, and we'll do everything we can to make these neighborhoods the best possible neighborhoods in the city. So thank you very much.
All right.
We need to come together as residents, as businesses, and make this community what we want it to be. And I think there's many people that are out there, and I think we got a representative from every block, from 31st down to 38th. You're here, you're making a commitment today, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to be in it for the long haul, because it's going to take cooperation, it's going to take determination, and it's going to take consistency on the part of the whole group to change us around. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to be here.
So I think it's especially important that you've got this excellent start today, that you continue that start, that you become even more vigilant, work together, try and form networks between your block clubs, and keep a strong effort going through the winter months. And I certainly pledge as much cooperation as the police department can supply. I'll be more than happy if you get in touch with me to send a representative from the precinct to any of your block clubs anytime you're meeting. We'd like to do all we can to encourage this kind of effort on your part and hope that it will continue. Thank you.
I was at somebody's house there for taking it back and making a statement.
All over Chicago Avenue, we're gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Hi, I live just off of Lake Street over here on Columbus Avenue, and this past summer we had a real dramatic increase in crimes of just about every sort.
You know, we all love our homes, and we've got kids that we want to raise, and we don't. I feel like every time one of us leaves, we're just being defeated by these people that are coming in and taking over. And our crimes show that we've got home burglaries were 7, garage burglaries 4, theft from autos 7, the car thefts themselves were 9, property damage 5, robberies 4, and assaults 4.
Statistics here for the last 9 months. 4 burglaries, 3 thefts from autos, 2 auto thefts, and 4 robberies, and 5 assaults. That's not to say also the 2 murders that have happened on this block. So far they've caught the guy who murdered the shopkeeper here. He hasn't come to trial yet. And the identity has finally been released of the man who was murdered and whose body was dumped 3312 Chicago. And I guess he wasn't from the area. Is that right, Sharon? He wasn't from the area and apparently had some involvement in drugs in the past. So it does look to be like a drug killing. But it's that type of thing that I think we're saying here today. We don't want to be a dumping ground. We don't want that kind of activity in our neighborhood. And it's time to get the crack dealers out of here.
Beat cops! We want beat cops! 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 Stop the killing! Stop the killing!
All right, let's keep going. We'll go down this block too. You guys coming on in, Mark? Come on, go on with us.
We're up to about 120 people. We're doing really good.
Maybe we can move back here, take advantage of this plaza.
But I know Sunday was a little bit different. We've got a lot more movement.
Hi, I'm Karen Beveridge. I work in community education at Wilder School. Some of our concerns are our enrollment for our evening classes have gone down. We've had people call the school after registering and say, I'm scared to come to your neighborhood. And we say, we understand. We'd like to change that. I also live 2 blocks from here. Another of our concerns is that the children are being harassed going home from school. It's not just this neighborhood. Some of the kids live all the way down on 44th, 45th, down by Minneapolis.
I noticed that one of the things that really bothered me, and you know, I've been a resident of the neighborhood for 8 years and live just a half a block away from here. But last year I got the year-end crime statistics on the crime map and saw that right on this corner there had been 4 robberies. You know, this corner isn't even a major traffic center here, but it just kind of showed me that things have gotten a little meaner around here. And of course, this last summer we had the murders in 1 murder in Powderhorn Park, and then the 2 murders down here on 33rd. Okay, yeah. Come on. Talk about it. Okay.
Hi guys, I think I need to tell you that lately I've been feeling so unsafe in my house. I recently bought a house here because I believe in this neighborhood. I believe that people like us, we can make this work. We can get together and work for it and throw those guys out of here. The guys that have drugs and are guys. Let's push us guys out here. We can do it. I know we can. Okay?
I'm really glad to see dogs, kids, and adults here because that's what a neighborhood's all about. And the other thing that this neighborhood is all about that I treasure, and I've lived here for 14 years, is the diversity of people. I want my kids to grow up in a neighborhood with all different colors of people. I don't want to move out to the suburbs where it might be safer, but where it's pretty boring. So I want to keep this neighborhood safe for all of us.
Make sure you put me on the news.
Like Zone Nicolay said, I just want to restate her thought that this is a rich, diverse neighborhood of many interesting, lovely peoples. We're proud to be joined together. Thanks.
Hi, I live in the 3200 block of Columbus Avenue. All right. And, I would like to say as well that I think that we have a beautiful diversity of people in this community, and that all of us working together can make a difference. We can take back our neighborhood. And I think that what we need to do is to keep this momentum going, that people on both sides of Chicago Avenue, that even if we just get together and have tea and coffee and cookies, that our unity can make the difference. So let's keep it going. Thank you.
So I think both neighborhoods should try to join together and be a big, happy neighborhood.
We're going to march down this side. I think we'll do one more side here on down to 35th.
I see only up there. Oh, okay.
We also would like to be able to come home on a bus, for instance, at night in the dark, and get off the bus without having to worry. We're just victims of having to use our cars all the time, and we can't let our guard down.
No, stick with me. You're doing a great job. Here, we're going to cross the street here. Ryan.
I got it.
Oh, he lost his shoe. Watch it, watch it.
You, but it's been real interesting being on this march and talking to each other about different problems and different solutions. I've heard a lot of good ideas just in the conversations as people have walked down. We've heard about talking about turning some of these things into play lots. We've talked about taking a united stand on dealing with some of the landlords. We've talked about having some entity take a more focused approach to Chicago Avenue. I think they've all been good things.
So I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. We need to keep fighting because it is a fight. It's not a fight that's going to go away. We need to keep fighting, but this is a step in the right direction today. Thanks.
And I guess I'd like to encourage the people that you've met today, keep in touch. Block clubs on both sides of Chicago Avenue have to continue to meet with one another. Let's keep each other informed of our meeting dates, of when we're going to meet, what we're going to do. And let's pressure our city officials to be responsive to our concerns as well.
We really have a challenge before us now, and it's wonderful to see that people are going to speak up and fight back. It's going to take knowing your neighbor and being in touch with each other, and it's got to be saying we are not afraid. You have to be able to speak up and keep the pressure on. You also have to hold your city officials accountable for the job they're supposed to be doing regarding inspections, getting their job done, encouraging that safe program to be on top of things.
2 years ago, I was assaulted arriving at home at night, getting out of my car, going to my front door at gunpoint. And it was at that time that I decided absolutely I would not spend another minute in this neighborhood. Well, my block club and my neighbors are so supportive and so full of love that here I am 2 years later now owning a home on that very block.
All right!
Yeah. And it's because my neighbors were committed to having a block club meeting, setting up a phone list. In my neighborhood, on our block, if anyone's afraid to come home at night, we've got a phone tree. We're encouraged to call each other and escort each other to the door. And it makes being a single woman living in a home with other women feel like a safer thing to be doing in this neighborhood.
If we're going to take back Chicago Avenue, if we're going to take back Powderhorn neighborhood, if we're going to take back Central neighborhood, it's all about what?
People!
It's all about who?
We the people!
Somebody said, we the people united cannot be divided, and that's what it's all about. I mean, we've got the power to take control of a crack house and turn that into a place, get it out of the hands of an absentee landlord, put it in the hands of some responsible tenants who live, own, and will work for this community. But we've got to do that. CNIA cannot do it by itself. Acorn can't do it by itself. Powderhorn Neighborhood Association can't do it by itself. Sharon and Feeder can't do it by themselves. The police department can't do it by themselves. But who can do it?
We the people!
Who can do it?
We the people!
Who can do it?
We the people! Neighbors united can never be divided. Neighbors united can never be divided. Neighbors united can never be divided.
Watch it.